In this week's zt'l Lech Lecha, we read about the war Avraham waged against the powerful kings Amar, Amraphel, Tidal, and Arioch to rescue his nephew Lot and his possessions from their captivity. Avraham, with his small force of 318 men, miraculously triumphed and brought Lot back. The Torah then continues, "After these events, the word of Hashem came to Avraham in a vision, saying, 'Do not fear, Avraham. I am your shield. Your reward shall be very great.'" The Midrash in Vayishlach observes, we say, "Do not fear," only to one who is actually afraid. If so, what was Avram afraid of? Rashi explains that he feared his merits might have diminished through this miraculous victory. Another Midrash adds that Avram worried that he might have killed innocents during the war. But why was he so distressed? His battle was not for personal gain or honor, it was to save Lot. The mitzvah of redeeming captives is among the greatest of commandments, so why would that have caused him to lose merit? Why did Hashem need to reassure him that his reward remained great? Avram then said to Hashem, "Ma titen li, what can you give me when I remain childless? The steward of my household, Damasek Eliezer, will inherit me." Hashem answered, "This one," referring to Eliezer, "will not inherit you. Only one who comes forth from within you will be your heir." Then Hashem led Avram outside and said, "Look toward the heavens and count the stars. So shall your offspring be." Avram had believed that according to his mazel, he would never have children. Hashem told him to go beyond his astrology, to understand that his destiny was not determined by the stars, but by Hashem alone, and that he would indeed have children. The commentators ask, if Avram truly thought that his mazel prevented him from having children, why had he never questioned Hashem earlier? Hashem had already promised him multiple times, "I will make you into a great nation, and I will give this land to your descendants." Each time Avram expressed gratitude and built a mizbeach to Hashem. Why only now, after the war, does he say, "What can you give me as I have no children?" And why, unlike his son Yitzchak, who we see later prayed for children, do we not find Avraham praying for them before this point? Perhaps the answer lies in the teaching of Chazal in the Gemara Sanhedrin 19b. Whoever teaches Torah to the son of another, the verse credits him as though he had given birth to that child. Similarly, the Gemara in Baba Metzia 85a says, anyone who teaches Torah to another's child merits to sit in the heavenly yeshiva, and one who teaches Torah to the son of an Am Haaretz reaches such spiritual height that even if God issues a harsh decree, he can annul it. Teaching Torah to children who are not one's own is indeed a tremendous mitzvah and source of merit, and such students are considered the teacher's children. Avraham therefore assumed that Hashem's promises of offspring referred to the thousands of students he and Sarah had gathered, Ves hanefesh asher asu b'charan, the souls that they made in Charan. Through them, he thought that Hashem's promises would be fulfilled. As such, he could have tens of thousands of children in his lifetime. For years, this satisfied him, but after decades of effort and sacrifice and financial cost, Avram saw that his followers did not endure. He had established an eshel, a house of hospitality, welcoming all, feeding and teaching them about the one true God. Although many came, made a bracha rishona, ate, and then benched, they then disappeared. His influence did not last. In all of Stone, not even 10 righteous people could be found. Even Lot, the one he had saved, was not such a tzaddik. Avram became distraught. He thought all his efforts, his dreams were in vain. The inertia of the natural world was too tempting to others. It made it too difficult to remain faithful to Hashem, to one God. Perhaps if something supernatural, extraordinary would occur, things would be different. If only one great miracle occurred, everyone would finally recognize the hand of Hashem and remain faithful. Then came the test. With only a handful of men, Avram went to war against mighty kings and won. The Midrash in Parshas Rabbah 43 says that Avram threw dust upon the enemy, and the dust transformed into swords. He threw straw, that became arrows. Gemara in Nedarim 32a says his army was actually just one man, the one and only Eliezer. This was a war that was waged from heaven, a wondrous miracle. Avram thought now the world will finally recognize Hashem, but he was bitterly disappointed. The people gathered to crown him king, yet the king of stone demanded, "Give me the people. Let them return to me, to their idolatry and immorality." Even Melchizedek the high priest said, "Blessed be Avram of God Most High," as though only Avraham should serve God, not others. From all of Avram's many students, only Eliezer remained faithful. It was then, after these events, that Avram finally said to Hashem, "What can you give me when I remain childless?" He now understood that students and followers are not enough. He needed true children, his own descendants, to carry on his mission and preserve faith in Hashem. For generations, Jews have devoted themselves to lofty causes, to building a more just, humane, and enlightened world, often dedicating and sacrificing their lives for foreign ideologies. But the result is bitter disappointment. They paid dearly, and they were repaid not with gratitude, but with hatred. As the prophet Yeshayahu said, "Youth may grow faint and weary, and young men may stumble and fall." In our time, too, we have watched the alienation of Jewish youth. Yet Yeshayahu also declares, "Al tira," don't be afraid. Now we must direct our strength not toward strangers or abstract ideals or isms, but to our own children, toward nurturing and educating the next generation. For it is the one who issues from within you who will inherit you. Thank God, we are witnessing the beginnings of a return, a movement of young people turning back to Hashem, to Torah, to Yiddishkeit, and to Eretz Yisrael. Be'ezras Hashem, if we dedicate ourselves to educating our children as Talmidei Chachamim, we will merit to see the fulfillment of Hashem's promise. "I will give to you and to your offspring after you the land of your sojourns, all the land of Canaan, as an everlasting possession, and I will be a God to them." Shabbat Shalom.